hello. If you can hear me, you can see me. I would love to teach your class today. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everyone. Hi. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, sound check, video check. Hello, 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 hello. Hi, if you can hear me, you can see me. Say hello and hi in the chat. In the chat for you too. Hi, hi, hello, hello. All right, cool. Hi, everyone. My name is Teacher Uma. You're joining me in eKelas, brought to you by Maxis. We'll be learning English today, and I shall now bring up the slides. And three, hold on, two. All right, three, two, one. All right, the environment around us. Today we're going through reading comprehension and we'll share some tips. Let's go. Did you know facts about the environment? About 10 million trees are cut down every year to make toilet paper. There were over 3.04 trillion trees in the world in 2015. Unfortunately, 27,000 of them are felled daily for toilet paper, meaning about 9.8 million trees are cut every year for us to have toilet paper. Aluminium can be recycled forever. Unlike paper, which is a limit as to the times it can be recycled, aluminium can be recycled again and again, forever. The earth is killing humans. Humans are responsible for the toxic air, water, and soil, among other levels of pollution. In turn, over 9 million people die every year as a direct or indirect result of pollution. The Earth is about 1 million years old with more than 1 million species going extinct. The Earth is a million years old, meaning some species have come up with others vanishing in that time. All right, so let's talk about this. What do you know? What is recycling? Is recycling A, getting rid of something by throwing away or giving aside to someone else? Is it B, recycling is using the material again and again for the same purpose or for different purposes? Or C, recycling is the process of collecting and processing materials that would otherwise be thrown away as trash and turning them into new products. Now, for those who are joining us today and have never joined us before, welcome to our online class. Our basic rules are as such. For answering questions, feel free to answer after the teacher in the chat has reset the question. That just means that the teacher in the chat is asking the same question as I am, but in text form. Once that happens, place your answer below that. If some time has passed and you're not sure what's happening right now, feel free to answer anyway, and I'll check to see if your answer is there. And hopefully, I'll read it out loud for everyone to see, and we'll discuss it. Till then, hi everyone. Hi MMA Music. Hi Julian Chin. Hi, hello Akram. Hi Shin Ji Hong. I hope you're still there. All right, so A, B, or C. What answer do you think it is? What is recycling? And I think the answer is perhaps C. Correct. Recycling is the process of collecting and processing materials that would otherwise be thrown away as trash and then turning them into new products. Did you know the average person generates over 4 pounds of trash every day and about 1.5 tons of solid waste per year? That's a lot. Which items do you think can be recycled? Take the answers below. So what do you think? Can we recycle food waste? Can you take food waste and turn it into something new? Can you recycle glass bottles and jars? Can you recycle bubble wrap? Can you recycle disposable nappies? That's diapers, for those who know. Can you recycle tin and aluminium? Can you recycle plastic? Can you recycle cardboard? What do you think? If you want to answer this one, if you want to feel free to answer in the chat, please answer by putting 1 yes, 2 yes or no, 3 yes or no, 4 yes or no, 5 yes or no, 6 yes or no, and 7 yes or no. I'll answer two. I'll try and see. I think food waste you can, but then food waste is specifically food scraps. Food waste is when you're cooking and you have other stuff that you're not using anymore. So I don't think you can recycle food waste, specifically spoiled food and stuff like that. Can I recycle glass and jars? I think so. So I'll put it there. Can I recycle bubble wrap? Bubble wrap is plastic. I think you can. Disposable nappies, I don't think so because there's poop in it and you can't really wash it anymore. So I put no there. So I will not put a tick there. I'll erase that because the answer is put a tick if I think it is. Then I will tin aluminium. We just read the passage saying that aluminium can be recycled all the time, again and again. We have plastic. I think you can recycle plastic and cardboard. I don't think you can recycle cardboard. I think you can just decompose it. All right. So I'm gonna erase that because that's something that. Let's see if I got it right. 3, 2, 1. I got it wrong a few times. You can recycle food waste and you can recycle cardboard. Cool, good to know. Disposable nappies are not recyclable. That's good to know. Bubble wrap and plastic can be. However, it depends on the technology that you have available in the area you live in. That's good to know. All right. Drawings. One. All right, cool. Oh, Amelina no answers 1 yes, 2 yes, 3 yes, 4 no, 5 yes, 6 yes, 7 yes. Good job, Amelina. You got it right. As like you got them all correct. Good job. Wow. So another passage we'll go through together. 1, the environment around us, reading comprehension and tips. Now, reading comprehension is the ability to understand the meaning behind the text after reading and processing it. Tips to understand the text. Before attempting the questions, read through the text and title, if any, carefully. Go through the questions in order to know what to look out for in the text, and read the text again and highlight any keywords. Highlight would be something like this. So, and highlight any keywords in the text that are related to the questions. Remember, read the question carefully. If the question requires you to give only a word, a one-word answer, make sure to give a one-word answer. If you're required to write full sentences, make sure that the sentence you answer is grammatically correct and spelling all correct. When any written work is done, after you've written it, check your answer for grammatical errors or spelling mistakes. Read the text below and answer the question that follows. Effects of climate change. A. The global temperature rise. The planet average surface temperature has risen about 2.12 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 1.18 degrees Celsius, since the late 19th century, a change driven largely by increased carbon dioxide emissions into the atmosphere and other human activities. Most of the warming occurred in the past 40 years, with the 7 most recent years being the warmest. The year 2016 and 2020 are tied for the warmest year on record. Highlight this. I don't know yet what to highlight yet, so it's okay. B, warming ocean. The ocean has absorbed much of this increased heat, with the top 100 meters, about 328 feet of ocean showing warming of more than 0.6 degrees Fahrenheit, 0.33 degrees Celsius since 1969. Earth stores 90% of the extra energy in the ocean. C, shrinking ice sheets. The Greenland and Antarctic ice sheets have decreased in mass. Data from NASA's Gravity Recovery and Climate Experiment show Greenland lost an average of 279 billion tons of ice per year between 1993 and 2019, while Antarctica lost about 148 billion tons of ice per year. D, sea level rise. Global sea level rose about 8 inches, 20 centimeters in the last century. The rate in the last 2 decades, however, is nearly double that of the last century and accelerating slightly every year. So that's all the information we got from this slide right now. But let's go to the questions now. The following statements are the main ideas in the text provided. Based on the text, fill in the blanks with either A, B, C, or D. So we had 4, so there's A, B, and C, and D. So these are what we think are the main ideas for each text. About 8 inches of the sea level has risen in the last century. Global temperature rise has been happening since the last 40 years, warmest in the past 7. Earth stores 90% of absorbed heat in the ocean. Again, keywords here are key. Ice sheets have decreased in mass throughout the years. Now, quickly write this down on a piece of paper, and then we'll go back to the previous paragraph. And from there, I'll let you have some time to figure out which one is which. Have you written it down? You don't have to write the whole thing again. You can just write simple keywords here. You have 8 inches as specific data. Sea level has risen. We have global temperature, last 40 years, warmest 7 years. Keywords in this one also is stores 90% of absorbed heat. So stores 90% of absorbed heat is all you need to write down. And finally, ice sheets decreased. And that's it. Those are the key words specifically you need to remember to go back to the passage. So let's go back to the passage in 3, 2, 1. Now, I circled previously the key words and passages. Now what I'm going to do is look for those words in the passages A, B, C, and D. If you can find them, label them accordingly to the numbers. What numbers, Teacher Uma? Here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So remember the keywords I showed you? 1, 2, 3, and 4 accordingly to the keywords you found. Go back to the passage. I'll do it for you now. So go back to the passage and look for those keywords. Can you find the same keywords in the passage? Can you find 19th century? Can you find 40 years, warmest years are here? Then how many years are this? 16, 2020, that means how many years is that? Is that 5, 6, 7? B, warming ocean, 90% of extra energy. We have shrinking ice sheets, which is also another keyword. Then we have global sea level, 8 inches sea level rise. Did we find that in the previous one? Do we have keywords like that? Decreased in mass, 90% absorbed heat, warmest, 8 inches of sea level. So again, I ask, did the keywords come again in the passages? I think they did. So if you did find them, feel free to answer in the chat. I'll check the answers in the chat to see if you got them. And if anyone has it, I will share with the class. So Amelina shared the answer. Good job, Amelina. 1D, 2A, 3B, and 4C. So I'll write it down first and see if anyone else has any other answers. Just a moment. So 1D, 2A, 3B, and 4C. All right, D, A, B, C. Does anyone else have any other answers? If not, I'll discuss the answers. 3, 2, 1, no, and share. So here are the answers. Good job, Amelina. You got it correct. Yay, good job. So it's D, A, B, and C. Teacher, is there any other way to find the answers? No. This is the tried and true method, which is look for the keywords in the questions and see if you can find the relative keywords in the passage. This is a great way for you to identify if the question is correct or not. It's also a great way for you to practice this because it will be important for you in your SPM exams because there's a lot of information transfer and then comprehension on top of that. So you want to make sure you have this skill down. All right. I look forward to seeing your results. I hope the best for that. It sounds simple, but it really isn't. So do try this again if you get a chance. Now, let's read the following text below. The environment. The environment is the natural surrounding of the earth that enables an organism's survival. The French word environ means to surround, which is a derivative of the word environment and consists of living beings such as humans, plants, and animals. Humans, plants, and animals. Air, water, and land are non-living entities. Their functioning is designed by nature in such a way that everything is dependent on each other. The human being is the most dominant creature of all the beings who depend on all the natural resources of the earth. He requires the air to breathe. Not only humans, but plants and animals also need air to breathe. Yes, even plants need oxygen too. Even though they make it, they need it too. There will be no life on Earth without air. However, only human beings are responsible for the destruction of the environment. The environment is divided into different layers, such as an atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, and biosphere. The atmosphere is made of several gases, such as nitrogen and oxygen, although water bodies make up the hydrosphere. The lithosphere is the covering of the earth that's made up of rock and soil. Life exists in the biosphere. Now, we have the questions. Fill in the blanks with one word from the passage. So fill in the blanks with one word from the passage. From here, practice the same thing. Look for the keywords in the questions and go back to the paragraph and see if you can find the answer, the word you need to complete the sentence. Now, this is a combination of information transfer and also comprehension. You're a Form 5 student, you're expected to be able to do this. So this is where it comes in. So first and foremost, I'll bring out my trusty pen tool. My pen tool is now ready. Woo! So number one, the most is a big word here. Most, something being on earth, are human beings. They depend natural resources. So that's the first one. So let's go back to the previous slide. Okay, so the most dependent, let's see, drawing. So the most and dependent, let's see if we find this. Can we find the word most? Can we find dependent? There we go. We found the word dependent. So everything is dependent. Most dominant depend. All right. So now we have it. So most dominant. So let's go back to the next slide again. So the most dominant being on earth are human beings and they depend. So it sounds more or less correct. I think that would be the answer. So I'm going to put here dominant. Here we go. Dominant. There. Most dominant being on earth. Now, number 2, without there will not be any life on earth. So here's the big statement here. There will not be any life on earth. So not life on earth. So let's go back to the previous slide again, one more time. And look for the words not and life. Let's clear not and life. Let's clear all that, clear all drawings. Not life on earth. So let's see. There will be no life on earth without air. Can that be used in the space? Let's check it out. Without something, there will not be any life on earth. Without air, no air, no air. So put that, no air, without air. So without air, there will not be any life on earth. Tell me, do you think that's a grammatically correct sentence? I think so. What do you think? Number 3, if anyone has any answers already, you can feel free to share it with me and we'll discuss it. If not, I'll be going through it one by one for your benefit. I know sometimes for my students, you don't really want to try anymore. You're tired, you have homework, you're like, why am I even here? But your parents are like, come to class, go to it. Online class is free, it's available for you. So don't worry about it. If you want, if you prefer this format where I won't say spoon feed. I will say I'll teach you by using observational learning where you observe how I process these questions. Say so in the chat. I look forward to seeing what you say and I will try my best to make sure the class benefits you. All right, question number 3. The space of the environment is caused by the actions of human beings. Now, a very indicative part of the sentence is environment caused actions human. So these are the 4 words you look for. Environment caused actions human. So let's go back. Environments caused actions humans. Let's go back here. Clear the drawings. Okay. Cause actions something human. Cause something actions human. Only humans are responsible for destruction. Okay, so only humans, caused humans, responsible, cause, synonyms in this case, actions, destruction is an action, environment. Let's see back to the next slide again. Environment, the environment is caused by the actions. Something, destruction, environment. I think the word is destruction. Does the keywords come out anywhere else? Cause, no. So human is responsible. The keyword here is possible is only found in this sentence from here to here. So I think the answer is destruction. Let me check to see if it's right or wrong. The environment is the destruction. Let's put the answer there. Destruction. There we go. Right. So that's how you can process these questions very fast without actually having to read through it. So what you saw me do before this was to understand the passage. Now, ideally, if you're a fast reader and you have high comprehension, good job, you can do that if you have the time. I wouldn't recommend it though. In exams, what I would recommend is you read the questions first, find the keywords, then go back to the passage and do it then. What you want to do then is finish your questions all the way through to the end. And once you're done with all the questions, go back to this and then read the passage one more time to check your answers. Why is this the way to go? One, you ideally want to answer all the questions you want to ideally answer all the questions in the best time. And if you do it right, you should have another 20 to 15 minutes left. In that 20 to 15 minutes, you'll have enough time to read your written passage. You'll have enough time to read passages thoroughly to have comprehension. And you have enough time to check if your spelling is correct, if you answer with one word, if the word was the best word to use to answer, and to make sure that the word was from the passage. A key word here to read the question properly, one word from the passage. It's not enough that you answer with a word that's correct. You need to use the word that is from the passage. I chose the word destruction, which comes from the passage. Number 4, the environment is the natural something of the earth that enables an organism's survival. So quickly write it down here. Keywords are environment, enables, organism, survival. All right, and also natural. So let's go back. Where can we find natural survival? Let's see. Keyword like enables organism survival. Enable organism survival. Life exists in the biosphere is a good option right now. Are there anything else that we have? Survival. Oh wait, there we go. Environment, natural surroundings enables an organism survival. So here's a much more specific word here, survival. Enables an organism survival. What enables an organism survival? The environment. Natural surroundings enables organism survival. What's the one word in the passage? You can't use natural surroundings. Let's use the word environment. Let's see if it makes sense here. The environment is the natural something of the earth. Okay, so the space was for surroundings then. So natural surroundings. The environment is the natural surroundings. So use the same spelling and everything here. Natural surroundings. There we go. Number 5, final one here for today. There are 4 different something of the environment. There are atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, and biosphere. Now the keyword here is very simple. You have terms, look for the same terms. Terms. All these are terms. Atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, and biosphere. Say that 4 times fast. Atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, biosphere. Atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, biosphere. Atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, biosphere. Whew. Why did I even do that? But yeah, these are terms which makes it easier for you to find because they can't change terms. And they're scientific terms, so you can look for them again. And we remember it's in the last paragraph here. Hydrosphere, atmosphere, lithosphere, and biosphere, the specific sentence here. And that's my pun for today. The environment, biosphere. The environment is divided into different layers such as atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, and biosphere. So the environment is divided into different layers. So which word shall we be using? There are 4 different, what was the word used before this? The environment is divided into different layers. So I think the word is layers. Let's see if my answer was correct. 3, 2, 1, and yes. The most dominant without air, the destruction, natural surroundings, 4 different layers. Now, the time it took for me to find the answers was slightly more than reading the paragraph, but if you notice, it didn't require me reading the paragraph. It just needed me to scour through, quick reading through, and scan for the keywords I chose from the question. And it's not important to find the keyword. You don't need one keyword, you need keywords. You need those trigger words, those specific words chosen. And you saw what I chose. I chose for each question here. I'll just show you quickly again. I chose most because that's an indicator, a large one. It's only one, the most. The most what? The most gracious, the most dominant, stuff like that. Then you also have keywords like natural resources. Again, not words you often find. You don't need to highlight they, you don't need to highlight on all the, look for keywords. These are words that make it distinctive. For example, without something, no life, earth. So again, look for something that you need to have life on earth. Number 3 was something environment caused. So caused by who? Actions of human beings. So the keywords here was caused by actions and human beings. Look for things that human beings cause or do that make something happen at the environment. Keyword right here. Number 4, environment, natural, earth, organism, survival. These are the keywords you can look for. You also look for enable if you want to, but ultimately if you find these words, you'll find the sentence. From that sentence, you'll find the word you want to use. And remember, I thought it was something else. I thought it was environment, but when going back to the question, environment was already there. You do have natural, but natural what? Natural surroundings. Number 5, and this is the last one. I'm going to cover it one more time. There are 4 different, so again, it's very easy because we have terms. Scientific terms can't be changed by the examiner. You need to look for the scientific terms that are specifically the same, or if they happen to have 2 different terms, ideally you know what those terms are. You can look for something that's similar in meaning, which is why it's important you know similes. So 4 different: atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, and biosphere. And we remember specifically that those terms came out in the last paragraph of the passage. All right, I hope this helped make it clear of how we use keywords in answering questions. I think it was clear. If it wasn't, please feel free to ask. I do apologize for missing the questions. I kind of got into very much engrossed in discussing the question. So thank you, Adeline Faika, for sharing your answer. I want to acknowledge that you were here and you shared your answer. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Teacher Uma, honestly, when classes aren't that many people, I do feel a bit lonely and I go into a solo mode, but I just explain my thought processes for classes. So I do apologize for not seeing your answer. But thank you, Adeline Faika. I want to appreciate you. So thank you so much. This class I dedicate to you. Thank you so much for being in the class. I sound like a VTuber or something that has only one viewer. Okay, let's move forward. I think that's it for today. Ali Faika, if you have any questions, I will pause. I won't pause, but I will continue on this class for a little bit longer in case anyone has questions if they want to ask. But if not, thank you so much. This class was brought to you by Maxis. This eKelas was brought to you by Maxis. I will be answering questions if they happen to have any in the chat. I don't see anything just yet, so I will do my last. The last things I need to do for this class are one, remind you tomorrow it will be math and science classes. It'll be online on YouTube also, so please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and turn on notifications for updates for the classes. Also, we have a platform in which we've compiled all our previous recorded videos, slides, and even live streams like this for you to observe in the future. And I will bring that up in just a bit. Just a moment. Good job. All right, here we go. Share. All right, so this is ekelas.com.my. That's ekelas.com.my, spelled as how it sounds, E-K-E-L-E-S-A. So ekelas.com.my. It'll be brought to here. Please register and feel free to explore. We have discussion rooms, we have classes recorded, we have, if you do attend the classes in this platform, we have a way to record how far you are, and that's even better because then we know more about what gives students trouble. We can then cater our classes better to our students' needs. So there are no more questions in the class. I will now, I think I'll end the class today. So thank you so much everyone for joining. My name is Teacher Uma. I hope you've enjoyed my presence and I hope you've enjoyed the class. I look forward to seeing you in future classes. You will see the science and maths teachers tomorrow, so have fun there. And sincerely from the eKelas group, from eKelas, myself included, thank you so much for joining us for today. My name is Teacher Uma and I'll see you all in the future. Until then, bye-bye. Thank you.